Blog Talk Radio.
Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of a suicidal maniac.
Oh, let's change that up real quick. It's the voice of the people, y'all. It's July 31st, 2017. It's your man, Dean Geronimo. I'm in the studio with Mark Lee. And Mark, it's my birthday, bro. What's going on with you?
It's your birthday. That's what's going on. It's your birthday, and I know you brother out there celebrating big time. I don't know what the weather's like in your neck of the woods, but it is lovely here in North Carolina. You know, we got away from those 90s and 100s, and it's been like in the mid-80s and a little bit of a breeze blowing during the evening time and daytime. So I think even sometimes in the evening time it might even be like around 60 or 70. So folks are definitely enjoying the weather and this slight reprieve from the summer heat, because we know August is going to be here tomorrow. So we know that we are not done with summer, and there's some more of that blistering heat is going to be coming our way.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm down here in D.C., man. Just came from Georgia Brown's, got me some gumbo, and, just enjoying the birthday a little bit. Headed down to Virginia right now. What's going on down there?
Cool. Speaking of good food and enjoying good food, I actually did that myself today, because Durham, North Carolina, just opened up today an Ethiopian restaurant, and I had Ethiopian food many years ago in the big city of, or the big district of D.C., and thoroughly enjoyed it. So I had been anxiously waiting for Gorsh's to open. They opened. I went in there and grabbed some. It's regular Ethiopian food, so they've got you can either get it with the fork or you can get it with doing it the hand way that they are used to doing it. And I had to go the standard way of using my fork and everything, but I did chop it up some with the bread and everything. I don't think I left much on that plate, because it was definitely an enjoyable dish, and I had a good time checking them out. They're one of about 2 or 3 new spots that have opened in the area in the last week or so. It might even be more than that, but definitely seeing some growth and development here in the Durham area. But the question I've got to ask you is, what's going on with their president? Because their president seems to be doing even more crazy stuff. So apparently he got mad over the weekend, got upset because people were giving other people credit for his victory, so he didn't like that, and he got upset at that. Then he got upset at the Republicans for not passing a health care law, and then he got upset at a bunch of other things that were going on. So he just seems to be having issues. And then I just learned that today, the man hasn't even been in office for probably about a couple of weeks. He got rid of his new press secretary.
He does not like anybody. I think he believes that this is the ultimate, the Apprentice show, man. You're fired. You get some in, you're fired. You get somebody else in, you're fired. Everybody's fired. You know what I mean? Like, nobody can keep a job with this guy, man.
Nobody. It's like every time you turn around, somebody getting fired, somebody he mad at somebody. He just, he's like the ultimate. Like when you were in school, you remember the school bully? He's like the ultimate school bully. Nobody can satisfy him.
Not at all. And I was thinking about that because we were like a couple of blocks from the White House. I said, man, you know what? Somebody need to go check this dude, but it won't be me, because they've been shot me right there. And I'll be like, yo, coming to you live from the front lawn of the White House. I got beat up.
Yeah, we don't need that. We got listeners all over the country and all over the world. So who knows? Somebody that might be listening to us from the D.C. area. I think you told me we got people listening from Russia. So if we got people listening in Russia, there's even possibility there might be somebody listening to the voice of the people right there in the White House. And they know that neither you nor me are friends of his, but they're probably listening and going to try to figure out what we're going to say about him next.
Only thing we do is report what you do, man. We're not going to down you too bad, but at the same time, we hope you do better. Hopefully you'll understand that you can't do it by yourself, and leave these other countries alone, man, because North Korea is hot right now.
Yeah, they're real hot. South Korea is not happy at all. And the other thing that I saw in the paper today that was real interesting is they were shocked, apparently, because it's a big article in USA Today right at the front pages. They're shocked that smuggling is persisting despite the legalization of marijuana. So they did like a study of the states and things of that nature, and it says marijuana smugglers are growing and shipping vast quantities of illicit cannabis across the USA. They're mailing it, driving it, and at least in one case, flying it around in skydiving planes. They're hiding it in truck beds and trunks and vacuum sealing it to hide the smell as they pass police patrolling the interstates. And it says that many are starting in states where the growing is legal, states such as Colorado, and then they're sending it elsewhere. And even in Colorado, because, I guess they want us all to be governed and handled the correct way. But even in Colorado, they just busted a 74-person operation that they were producing 100 pounds of marijuana a month, enough to generate $200,000 a month tax-free for more than 4 years.
Oh, my goodness. See, you know what? Go ahead and legalize it. Then you can put a tax on every state, and then they'll shut down. Remember, during Prohibition, folks were going wild, man. That's how NASCAR started, because they were trying to see how fast they can get the liquor from point A to point B. So now, man, if you just go ahead, legalize it, put a tax on it, it takes away the allure of we're doing something we have no business doing, even though it's still going to generate money, but now it's going to generate money for the country because you're putting a tax to it. I don't think they thought that part through yet.
Yeah, I don't think they did either, because they said that an estimated $31 billion, notice I put a B on it, $1 billion worth of cannabis was sold in the U.S. last year, with $25 billion of it was sold illegally and $6 billion legally. So that meant last year, $31 billion of pot and cannabis products were being sold and everything. So they were just having way too much fun selling all of that amount of cannabis. And I think they got like a map of it. It looks like it's about 6 states where it's legal: Colorado, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, California, and Alaska.
So somebody got paid off of the feel good. But you know what? I've never heard of anybody going nuts over weed. So you might as well legalize it, even though I don't smoke it. But there's some people in this world that do. There are a lot of people in this world that do, because they made $30 billion off of marijuana. We're not even talking about like cocaine or heroin or methamphetamines or anything like that. We're talking about weed. Damn, that's a lot of money.
That's a whole lot of money. And like I said, I'm like you. I don't smoke it either. I've only had a couple of experiences with the substance at all, and that was like some brownies and stuff. But I'm not a smoker. I'm not, I guess I'm like Bill Clinton. That whole thing of inhaling and exhaling was never for me. So I've never done anything that I had to smoke: cigarettes, cigars, pot, any of those things. So I can definitely understand your sentiment of not being for you. But like you said, I got a lot of friends that's what they do, including some probably family members. But I'm not going to knock what they do, and definitely I'm with you. I think that we just need to go ahead and legalize everything and just get it on over with, so that we can find a way to bring some of that income into faith. That might knock out part of the debt that they keep talking about we got.
That'll knock out the debt we got. That'll knock out the big argument about health care, when they keep trying to push this little law and that little law, and the skinny bill failed, and they're just not getting it done. Like, I'm sorry, this health care is here, man. It's not perfect. There's some things that could be tweaked, but instead of tweaking it, you want to take it away, and you want your great idea to work, but it's not working like that. It's almost like, how stupid can you be? And at some point, you got to use your brain and say, hey, you know what? We're not. It's not working for us. We have to do something. We have to find out what does not work in it and fix that and keep the system itself. But I think there's some hatred there, because they were like, well, we didn't think of it, so we don't want it. You don't want it, but health care is paid for. What happens to the individual that is just coming home or what have you from prison, or even those who may have never had health insurance. So now they have the opportunity to get it. Yes, they have to pay for it. We pay for ours, you pay for yours. It's just that simple. You know,
you would think it would be that simple, but nah, they haven't got to that point yet of making it that simple where it's just that easy to do. But who knows? We'll just find out if that's what's going to happen or not. The other really interesting thing that I saw today was that apparently, and it's not like there's a big rush to them, but apparently there is a boost of people, and you might even know people like this, Dean, that got tired of the corporate grind. You know, we had Gwen on, and she had some stuff that happened to her life in terms of accidents. That's why she got into the wine business. But apparently there is a whole group of folks that are being tired of the corporate grind, so they are going for blue-collar jobs. So in the article they talked about somebody that was one of the people had a job from being a special education teacher, and then they went to being a butcher. Another person was a former chief financial officer for a materials testing company with more than 200 employees, and now they fix refrigerators and dishwashers in East Texas. And then they had somebody that was with a fast-paced international business world, rising to a chief flight recruiter at Indianapolis Airport, and they walked away from that job to become a welder. And many of these people say that they're happier after leaving behind the politics, stress, and 24/7 mindset of the corporate world for a blue-collar job. So that's just interesting. As they say, white-collar workers are by no means stampeding to blue-collar jobs, but at least a few are upending traditional career ladders by trading in three-piece suits for aprons and factory uniforms. In the first quarter of this year, 2% of all the white-collar workers who switched jobs went to blue-collar occupations, according to the ADP Research Institute. That's not much, but it's up from 1.4% in the first quarter of 2015. So it says that folks are trying to, it says a bachelor's degree, which is required for most white-collar jobs, still averages about $18,000 average earning premium for 25 to 34-year-olds compared with a high school diploma. But many blue-collar fields pay more than the U.S. median, and the median income for us now is $44,000. Median pay for a plumber is $51,500, and for a heating and air conditioning installer, it's $46,000.
Well, you know what? They said two things. Find a job you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. And that's something that we learned later on in life. And also, you know, it's been pushed so many times after one graduation from high school or anything like that. They'll say, okay, well, go to college, get your degree, get a job, work for the rest of your life. What they don't tell us is those individuals who learn specialized trades actually make so much more money. You know, it's like if I had known, I may have been a plumber, a welder, or a carpenter. They make a lot of money. And, you know, of course, you know, you say money isn't everything. However, when you look at it in that context, well, dang, I didn't have to go to school for 4 years. I could have done an apprenticeship, done my 2,000 plus hours or 2,500 hours or whatever the requirement is, and I could have been working and earning this 51,000 average 20-something years ago, and then graduate to making more. So, you know, it's some things that they don't tell us, and they tell us after the fact as if we were supposed to have known. And by then, you know, it's like, all right, well, I'm 18 years into a career. What I do is not considered white collar, but not considered blue collar, you know, at the same time. So I kind of lucked out. But then there are individuals who get tired of that corporate grind. I worked in retail management. I used to hate it. I hated every day of it. I wanted to quit every single day. And when they were like, you know, you're the manager, okay, that's cool, but I don't like being a manager. I don't like talking to y'all. I don't even want to look at y'all. So now you got me in here sweating bullets, working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, no weekends, no holidays. I'm work, work, and more work. So when I get tired, and I get to the point where I say, you know what, I can't do this anymore,